that you found out,
Yeah.
and the fact that he is responding to you. He is responding to this in detail. So what did you find out? What's he saying?
Well, what's really interesting, Erin, about these posts that we found is it shows most of them took place in the last 5 years, and it really shows this authenticity that has driven his campaign and made him so popular. But it also shows some of these left-wing positions that could really prove costly in a state that is known for electing moderates. I want to walk people through some of those comments, and I want to play a little bit of our conversation with Plattner. He spoke to us for about 30 minutes. We had a very thoughtful conversation about what he believes, what he disavows, and what he maybe wishes that he had said a little bit differently. There was one thread in particular about a black Army lieutenant who was held at gunpoint and pepper sprayed during a traffic stop. Plattner replied to a user who said cops are bastards by saying, quote, all of them, in fact. And then another post, he said, F these cops. Now, another comment that took aim at white people in a 2020 thread titled, white people aren't as racist and stupid as Trump thinks, to which Plattner replied, quote, living in white rural America, I'm afraid to tell you they actually are. Now, he told CNN he didn't remember that specific exchange. He said it reflected anger and frustration he felt at the time after he returned home from 4 tours of duty. He also said to us, look, I'm a Marine veteran. I don't think cops are bastard because these are literally my buddies. And he said these posts were not indicative of who he is today. Listen to a little bit of our conversation.
I don't want people to see me for like who I was in my worst internet comment, or even frankly who I was in my best internet comment. I mean, quite honestly, I don't think any of that is indicative of who I am today, really.
And I just want to emphasize again, he did take a half an hour to talk to you and to go
and
on tape.
A lot of people would not.
Look, this is the K file.
Yeah.
A lot of people will say absolutely nothing to you and deny it. So this is.
And he also was like, look, like he's like, I'm not going to say it and say it. He's like, I believe some stupid things, and he was owned up to it. But he also, as I'll talk about, he explained sort of how this made him who he is today.
So, right, and he was very reflective about himself. You were saying in a way. Sometimes in the past that's controversial.
Yeah, that's right. Now, in one post from 2021, he wrote, quote, I got older and became a communist. In another, he called himself a vegetable-growing, psychedelics-taking socialist, writing that after his 4 tours overseas, he stopped believing in what he called the patriotic nonsense that got me there in the first place. And he finished that post by saying he was a, quote, firm believer that the best thing a person can do is help their neighbors and live a loving life. Still got the guns, though. I don't trust the fascist to act politely. We asked Plattner about those comments. I want people to listen to a little bit of that.
That was very much me around the internet. I'm not a communist. I'm not a socialist. I own a small business.
So again, going into the details, and now, in the context of Mamdani and socialists and Trump calling him a communist and all these words, actually, they are front and center. So a major aspect about Plattner, and I know what you've talked about, perhaps what's been resonating, because he is getting so much attention, multiple tours of duty, both in Iraq and Afghanistan, and you found posts where he talked about these experiences specifically and how they changed his view of America.
Yeah, it's very interesting, and that's right. Not all of these posts were angry or combative. Some of them were very, very reflective about his time in Iraq and Afghanistan, what he saw overseas, how that shaped his politics. There's one post where he wrote, "My time in America's imperial wars definitely radicalized me further. I'm significantly more left today than I was back then. It's difficult to see all that horror as well as the grift, corruption, and not find the whole thing totally bankrupt." He also added that he became clear that those wars were a waste to him from his service. This is what he told us about those posts.
The only thing I don't stand by anymore with that is that I no longer am disgusted. Like I'm angry. I still remain very, very skeptical and angry about American foreign policy. I'm very angry still about the wars I had to fight in and what I had to take part in. I don't believe in them. I don't believe that they were necessary. I don't believe that they were good.
By the way, something people may agree with him on the left and on the right, right? A lot of that could sound like what Trump says. You did find a post that Plattner did not express regret about.
That's right. There's one post in particular that he did not say he regretted. He took aim at Ted Nugent, the musician who is also very sometimes inflammatory conservative activist. And this is what he wrote. He wrote, quote, "As a combat veteran, that mother effer makes me want to puke when he spews his warmongering macho bullshit. Suck a blank, Ted. Listen to what he told us about that comment.
To be fair, I'm not really regretful of that one.
So, Erin, it was a very interesting conversation, and it's going to be interesting to see how the race plays out. Janet Mills, the sitting governor of the state, just got in, so it's going to be a very contested primary, and we'll see where it goes.
Yeah, obviously going to be a crucial one. All right, thank you very much. And next, Trump once considered John Bolton a trusted advisor. So how did they become enemies?